they're buying these 2 billion rounds of ammo. They've blacked it out. You know why? Because it's not your business. Sit down and shut up. That's the attitude. It's not your business. Sit down and shut up. Now, it appears that through DHS has once again censored this information. Paul Joseph Watson reported on Friday DHS has blocked out information on solicitation for a 5-year, $1.5 million no-bid contract with firearms company Remington for firearm replacement parts for these 7,000 full automatic assault rifles they just purchased. They are citing an unusual and compelling urgency due to the ongoing ammunition shortage throughout the country that might cause substantial safety issues for the government. DHS has blocked out information in 4 sections of this solicitation. The first is the list of how money will be paid to Remington per year. The second is how many firearms DHS will be purchasing. The third is how the firearms will be distributed throughout the country. He says this pertains to government's reluctance to purchase a complete firearms replacement system instead of using Remington firearms. There's a lot of speculation of why the DHS has ordered so many rounds, with the main belief that the department is preparing for civil unrest. Now, according to this source, the DHS, they say the DHS is expecting this unrest to occur this summer. And to add to the speculation, the department has recently purchased No More Hesitation paperwork depicting typical Americans with guns, including a pregnant woman, a young mother and her child, a boy and an old woman in a house. They're saying that now it's almost 2 billion, with a B, rounds of ammunition, 7,000 assault rifles, and I'm also going to cover this domestic military exercises. They're now performing domestic military exercises. That means the military is coming onto the streets of America and doing exercise in our towns and our cities. Why are they doing that? Do you see how this is adding up? We have these vehicles. We have the domestic surveillance on the drones. We have them blocking out all information about all of the vehicles, the firearms, the replacement parts, everything that they're buying to make an assault. Now, so far, the armored vehicle is for domestic use right here on American homeland. So are the Predator drones that they're designing to work right here on the American homeland. They're buying 2 billion rounds of ammo, 7,000 assault rifles. What's going on here? Now they have the military doing exercises on the streets of America. Are you able to do the math to see what's going on here? Well, I'm going to tell you about these military exercises, and I'm going to expose a litmus test that President Obama is putting to the military. They're doing surveys across the military from the very highest rank right down to the privates of who is willing to fire on American citizens and who is not. And this is a litmus test for who's going to be in control and who is not. I'm going to take this short break. When I come back, I'm going to expose those stories, which is going to fit in right with the rest of this program and show you the threat that we're actually under. Don't go away. I'm coming right back. You're listening to W. Dean Shook, In Time, Prophecy News, and Current Events. Stay tuned.
Waiting for the winds of change to sweep the clouds away. Waiting for the rainbow.
You can now hear our program on Stitcher Smart Radio. Stitcher allows you to listen to your favorite shows directly from your iPhone, Android phone, Kindle Fire, and more. It's on demand and on the go. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio. Professional identity thieves constantly search your information for vulnerabilities. At LifeLock, relentless protection of your identity is their primary mission. They help ensure that you stay ahead of identity thieves. LifeLock is first in the industry to offer proactive identity theft protection. They're level 1 compliant under the payment card industry data security standards. They have direct access to fraud resolution teams within their extensive network of lenders and service providers. They are experts through leadership with internationally recognized experts in privacy and security, technologies, fraud, and criminal methods. They also partnership with FBI law enforcement and the National Organization for Victims Assistance. Sign up today at wdeanshook.com and receive a 30-day free trial and 10% off your final purchase. The W. Dean Shook program has partnered with LifeLock to make sure your identity remains safe and secure, guaranteed. Get your 30-day free trial of LifeLock's industry-leading protection at wdeanshook.com. That's wdeanshook.com. GoDaddy offers everything you need to make a name for yourself on the web, from domain names and website builders to complete e-commerce solutions. We've earned our place as the world's #1 accredited domain registrar by delivering world-class products at competitive prices and support them with industry-best services delivered 24/7, 365. We're proud to serve our customers from locations around the world. Sign up now at wdeanshook.com and get your domain name as low as $5.99 a year. Sign up now at wdeanshook.com. Go, Daddy. Go, Daddy. Don't worry about your food supply when a disaster hits. At Buy Emergency Food, their focus is to provide families and individuals with the highest quality food storage available, along with the most effective survival gear online. Hi, I'm W. Dean Shook, and our friends at Buy Emergency Food is so confident that their prices can't be beat. They'll match any competitor's online prices of any product they offer. They've searched far and wide to find the most superior quality products available. My Emergency Food is 100% committed to providing these high-quality items at the best prices online. Sign up today at wdeanshook.com for their gourmet taste, easy storage, 25-year shelf life, nutritional information, water filtration, and a portable solar power. Come see why Buy Emergency Food is simply the best brands for providing the basic needs when disaster strikes. And they have free shipping on every order. Nothing's easier than their free shipping policy. That's right, 100% free shipping. Your emergency food is usually shipped within 3 business days. It's fast, effective, and free. Does it get any better than that? The food you need when disaster hits. Sign up today at wdeanshook.com. That's wdeanshook.com. All right, thank you for allowing me that break. Appreciate it so much. I want to talk about these military exercises that are going on in major cities across this country. They're saying that these are domestic military exercises that are meant to desensitize Americans to the military. Recently, the U.S. military has staged exercises in Houston and Miami, and it resulted in a lot of fear in people in those cities. Now, it would appear as though this was nothing more than simple urban, or maybe herbal, I don't know, urban training exercises for the military. But there's a quote from a report from a former Navy corpsman named David Bard. And he says the real reason for the exercises is to desensitize Americans to the presence of U.S. military forces in the city in the event of a societal collapse. Now, Bard says, who claims to have spoken with a high-ranking military source in the Department of Homeland Security, and he's preferring to not name these sources. He says DHS and the DOD are conducting desensitizing exercises all across the U.S. He said we're being prepared for mass civil unrest in major U.S. cities. Now, he was asked for a timeline for expecting civil unrest in our cities, and why should we expect it to be, or what should we expect it to begin with? He said there were many reasons, but that the continued devaluation of our currency, the predicted history-setting prices for gasoline this summer, and the continued gun control debate are forming a perfect storm for civil disobedience. When this storm hits, it'll produce mass casualties. When does DHS expect this to happen? He said this summer. Well, you know, on the Hagman report, they had similar accounts claiming to be in contact with DHS insiders, going by the pseudonym Rosebud. Now, Hagman reported that he's been told that the Obama administration is actively seeking to destabilize the U.S. economy, bring about a collapse of the dollar, to bring about unrest, all the while trying to determine any dissident, including through assassinations. DHS is acting as the president's private army. The U.S. military has been preparing for civil unrest in the United States for years. A U.S. soldier and Marines have practiced confiscating arms and fighting Americans. Now, I personally know for a fact that there's a lot of military people that I have spoke to and I've seen interviews with who said they would never do anything like that. So what kind of unrest is that going to cause in the ranks of the military? When they're asked to go in hometown USA and force people to give up their firearms. Well, what's the idea behind giving up the firearms? Look, with what we've talked about so far, this is very clear. And we're going to talk about more of this firearm thing here in just a minute, because the UN is also in on this with the Small Arms Treaty. But the idea is they're loading up on these assault vehicles, on the surveillance drones. They're buying 7,000 automatic weapons. They're training in the streets of America, and they're trying to take the guns out of the hands of the American citizens, to disarm us and rearm themselves in a military style right here to be used in our hometowns. Look, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on. This is happening right in front of us. And if you can't see what's happening, you're going to be a victim of this. Through this NDAA bill that President Obama signed, you can be detained through martial law without courts, without a trial, for an undetermined amount of time. And we've already established clearly that these FEMA camps actually do exist. You will be jailed, or probably me, will be jailed in these FEMA camps without trial, without attorneys, without anything. You have no rights under this martial law NDAA bill. And if you can't see that they're building up to this and how determined they are to take guns out of our hands, man, you better wake up, friends, because the military has been preparing for civil war in the United States for a long time. You know, a mock city at 29 Palms in California, that's a Marine base, was constructed about the size of downtown San Diego. Last year, U.S. Army document FM 3-39